Solitude. City of light. City of... Well, more light, to be honest with you, because, my God, it's bright out here. It's very early morning. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the adventures of Martinius, last name, who was planning on a retirement. He was planning on taking his Explorer Society wages, buying a nice house in Solitude, and settling down in his older years. And now, he's been thrown into the bloody jaws of destiny by that big fucking dragon dying. So it's right. It's true. He is the Dragonborn. Whatever that means. Only has heard, obviously, of course, what the guards and Irileth have been banging on about. And the Greybeards have called them up to High Rothgar. But before then, I thought we would explore a little bit of kind of the point of this mod pack and you know, like I've talked about before, the legacy of the Dragonborn. Because there's some people have had some questions about it. I thought we might as well do a tour, because it's going to be quite a central thing to a lot of this playthrough. So we'll do a little tour here, go through the kind of buildings and show you the different areas of it. We'll go to our safe house, sort our stuff out, and then we'll head back out into the world. So this shouldn't take too long. But I thought it was worth, you know, kind of doing early, getting it out the way. I wasn't originally going to do this, but I thought, you know, there's a lot of people asking questions, so I might as well show you guys around a little bit. So I don't know this gallery very well. I'm much more familiar with the version 4. This is version 5, the latest one. So this one here is the Hall of Heroes. So for those of you who don't know what Legacy of the Dragonborn is, it is essentially a huge museum, archaeology guild, explorers guild, safe house combo, all about, you know, kind of lore-friendly treasure and the history of Elder Scrolls. And it's this kind of compendium of, well, lore, for lack of a better word, and artifacts and treasures, all based around you being the Guildmaster of the Explorer Society. Obviously, that's the start that we chose. You don't have to pick that start, but I thought it was fairly thematically appropriate. And then you fill a big gallery in Solitude with a bunch of treasures. It's somewhere to put all the things you collect through the many adventures you end up going on throughout Skyrim. Because, you know, you kind of collect them in the base game and chuck them in a chest somewhere in Breezeham or whatever. But this gives you something to do with them in a really, really nice way. Very good for collectionists. I'm not saying we'll fill up the whole museum, but it'll be nice just to have somewhere to drop the stuff off. Because we always end up doing, you know, like Morrowind was 60 episodes long. Oblivion was 60 episodes long. We didn't even do the Shivering Isles in that, at least not yet. So we always ended up with a load of treasure that we weren't able to put anywhere. And this DLC really does, you know, make it, present it in the ultimate way for if you're a collectionist. And I think it's really, really cool and really, really well made. And honestly, one of my favorite mods of all time for any game ever. It's so well designed, and it's such a good idea. If they don't have it in Elder Scrolls 6, I'll be pissed. Anyway, I dropped all of the stuff off we got from Bleak Falls Barrow into the sorting chest. So as we go around here, you might spot some of the things we collected over the past kind of couple of episodes. There is Drakensang. That was the artifact we found in the very, very first episode, if you remember, in the kind of tutorial. You got here for sorts of rare jewelry. I guess that's where if you get the kind of Daedric rings and things like that, that'll end up. Got some, this is for, obviously, enchanted gloves. We won't go through each section. You know, if we see some stuff that we recognize, we'll go through that. This stuff's all for the Mages Guild, Shalador Stone, Staff of Magnus, the Archmage's stuff. And generally, as you go through, it's not just kind of treasures, but as you complete things, so as you complete the Mages Guild, you get a little Mages Guild mural, the Fighters Guild, the Thieves Guild, etc. And things like that. So we'll start with the bottom floor, and we'll kind of go around, and we'll explore some of the other buildings too. The Explorers Guild is going to be very relevant, because there's kind of a lot of mini-games, for lack of a better word, in there, where you can send your people off on adventures. You get, like, members, and you can even take them on as companions. So, when you enter the gallery, this is the Hall of Heroes, where you get to store all sorts of, you know, kind of treasures associated with heroes. So you've got, like, Ysgramor's gear, and obviously we've seen the Staff of Magus, and some of the Dragon Priest masks. Stuff that is kind of legendary in its own right. In here, we've got a big old dining room, where I assume at some stage there will be a nice feast. I certainly hope so. What's this stuff here? Shrine of Ifri. I guess this is kind of other treasures that didn't really have a specific area. This actually might be stuff added by the mod. Look, there's a Dwemer compass that we you get given that at the start of the mod. That's kind of cool. Ornate Nordic cup. Oh, just kind of like jewelry and stuff that fits in a dining room, I guess. Okay, that's kind of cool. Through here, we have the kind of living quarters, I guess, for museum staff. And we do get more NPCs popping up as we go through the game. Through here is a door to the storeroom, but we'll take a look at that later on. And up here actually goes to our safe house. There's a couple of ways to get in the safe house, but we'll look at the safe house as kind of an entirely separate section later on. I'll make this episode slightly longer for those of you who may be familiar with the gallery already. Then we've got in here, this is for all of the kind of museum-related stuff. So museum scan and relic transfer allows you to, funnily enough, scan the museum transfer for any displayable items from the relic storage chamber, and then you can kind of put them all in. We've got display prep station for making... As far as I recall, this used to work where it used to allow you to take any applicable displayable items from your inventory and put them on display. Oh, right, okay. I must be confusing that with the... There was a way you used to be able to make replicas. So that way, if you wanted to... I think I've talked about this before, but if you want to keep, like, I don't know, the Staff of Magnus in your inventory, you can create a replica one, put that on display so it fills a slot in your hall, but you've still got the actual functional one that you can keep with you. And obviously, you can only create the replica if you have the original on you. You can dump everything into a drop-off chest, and that'll automatically sort it, or you can activate this, and it'll search your inventory for displayable stuff. Ah, here's the replica workbench thing I was thinking of. So these are things that we found throughout the game that might have a use elsewhere, but you might still want to put them on display. So the Dragonstone, for example, is obviously a quest item. So, you know, you can't put that in the museum because that would not make much sense. Same with the Golden Claw. You can obviously return that to the person in Riverwood, I think it is. And these are all things that you get as part of the Explorers Guild. Schneider's Sexton. Dan Schneider. Where are all my bitches at? Keeper of Secrets. That's to reset the museum, so definitely don't touch that. You can write books from what I remember. There used to be a way to do research. And you would essentially be able to find... It's kind of like a quest system. You do research and it'll give you a quest. Oh, you know, we found the location of another artifact. Go and do it. And it may be at the end of a dungeon or something like that somewhere. It's really, really well designed. I don't know if these do anything for now. Shipment Planner. I have no idea what the Shipment Planner is for. Oh, right. Okay, that's something a little more complex that we'll do later on. Don't worry about that for now. But it essentially allows you to automate certain processes, buying certain things. Shit like that. Oh, this is one of our guild members here. Hello. Madras. Hello, my friend. We can take him as a companion. We can send him on a job and things like that.
Oh, yes. In between planning, I could spend all day in the Hall of Lost Empires.
Hello.
Really quite a fascinating place.
He is.
You could, of course, make room by moving all of those dusty old Nordic things out of the way. Oh, wait. Those are artifacts. Never mind.
He is, unsurprisingly, a Dunmer obsessed with Dwemer culture. Who'd have thought? Very original, I know. You can't blame... I don't blame the mod at all for that. You know, I'm blaming more just Dunmer in general. They are very obsessed with that, aren't they? Through here, we have the library, which is where you put all the books in the game if you are so inclined. If you are feeling particularly sadistic, you can store all of the crap. There you go. You can see everything here. Arcana Restored, Sothis Last Word, Legend of Red Eagle, the Ethereal Wars. These are all obviously quest books. And there's, printing press, I guess, for making maybe book replicas. Roll of paper. Yeah, that's probably... So there are obviously certain quest books, like the Ogma Infinium being one of the bigger ones. So I assume you can create all the replicas there. But look, I mean, I'm talking every book in the game. All the copies of the real Baron Zaya, be all the copies of... what the hell is the name of the book now? Lessons of Vivek. There you go. Took me a little while there. But all of those, all 36 copies of that, or however many there are, it's like quite literally every book in the game. This isn't really so necessary. This is just if you want to go for that. We apparently found Treasure Map 1. Oh, that's kind of cool. I think we found that in a chest, didn't we, in Bleak Falls Barrow, so that's not on display up here now. There's Orion. He's the museum curator, for lack of a better word. Through that door is the safe house, and again, we'll kind of look at the safe house separately in a minute. We'll go through the rest of the museum to start off with. So where else is there? There's a shitload of stuff. So this stuff here looks to be things like, I think these are like extra DLC quests, like Moon Path to Elsewhere. This looks very much like it could be the, there's a really cool Redguard DLC. It's like, the Cowl of Nocturnal, I think it's called. I say DLC, a mod, but, you know, it's better than anything Bethesda's ever made. Let's go to the East exhibit halls and see what's through here. Ah, hello there. Oh, wow, this place is fucking huge. Now, there's a lot of kind of miscellaneous stuff, too. You can display, like, taxidermied animals from Skyrim using hides that you get, and kind of plants and flora and fauna and ingredients. Like, everything. When I say everything is a collectible, everything you can pick up is a collectible. Even the things you can't pick up are collectibles. So this one here is the Daedric Gallery. This will be where, eventually, the Daedric relics we collect will be put on display. You got the Skeleton Key, the Ebony Blade, Gold Brand, Neb Crescent, the Blade of Treachery, And one's apparently empty. Mehrunes Razor, Boethiah's Walking Stick, Fearstruck, Shadowrend, Mask of Kravik as well. You know that if you've watched our previous series on any of the Elder Scrolls games, you know pretty much all of these. Jiggerlag Sword, Spellbreaker, Mason Morlock Bell. I'm not going to go through them all, but there's 2 levels, so there is a lot. Now, a big part of this... Oh, this is cool. Herseam Totems. I guess that's probably from Solstheim. Now, I was just about to bring this up. There's, of course, the Dragonborn DLC that takes place on Solstheim. If you watch the Morrowind series, you'll be a bit more familiar with that. As a result... There's a lot dedicated to Hermaeus Mora. There's apparently all this area too. Look at this for Sheogorath. My god, I hope we get to go to the Shivering Isles. It certainly looks like it. The Heart of Arden Sul? Gauntlets of Penitent, Curates of the Penitent? Oh, wow. There's a whole area for Sheogorath too. But because Hermaeus Mora is, you know, like a main enemy, this whole thing over here is for all the Black Books. Because the Ogma Infinium itself there, Mirax stuff. Don't know what this is here, but that's cool, isn't it? And then we've got this one here, the Oblivion Crisis, where we can display the Sigil Stone. I can't remember what quest that's for now in Skyrim. But yeah, there it is. That's the... and that's why I love this mod, because like everything is so unique. Not only is it a place to hoard those items, but it's all so kind of... It's all handcrafted and really well designed. God knows what this one is for. Hall of Oddities. So this is all stuff that doesn't have a place then, I guess. Hetzman's Axe, Balgraf's Greatsword, King Freydis Sword, Davrin's Bow, Arvarin's Family Shield, Notched Pickaxe, that's one of the Easter eggs, of course, at the top of the world. It's got this nice custom art, too. There's so much to see. Sarit Skull Key, Torsten's Skull Key, wow. So this is all, obviously, quest items that you can get. King Ognum's Coffer. Wow. Cure Silver Mold. Scales of Pitiless Justice. Hey, there they are, back from Oblivion. My favorite ridiculous thing. Coin collections and deck collections there too, so we've apparently found a coin. I don't know which that one is. Sunset Royal Mark, Valenwood Brass, Cobalt Stars, Akaviri Silver, Gold and Bronze Dragon. Oh. I don't know what that is. We found one of them. Looks to be like a silver dragon. I think that's the Akaviri one that we found in the first mission. God damn, there's so much to collect. That's why I say we won't actually do all of this. But to be honest, after the series ends, you know, when we decide that we're bored of it, oh, you get all of Umaril's stuff? That's really cool. Holy crap, there's so much. These Kynan Sard rings. Magnus Finasta and Junel rings. Obviously, a lot of this is very expanded Elder Scrolls lore, so don't worry if you don't recognize much of it. A lot of it is going to be modded content, too. Obviously, they didn't really go into this much detail in base Skyrim. Giant armor, that's kind of cool. What is this room here? This is all just still the Hall of Oddities, right? Oh, this is nice. Love a little fountain there. Axe of Forgotten Kings. It occurs to me how silly it is doing a tour of an empty museum, but I thought it was worth, you know, going and looking through. Hall of Lost Empires is one of my favorite ones. So this is Dwemer and Falmer. I love the Dwemer stuff. I've always liked the Dwemer stuff. I think they're, you know, the most intriguing of the races. So you got all of the Dwemer stuff here, all the Dwemer cubes from the various quests. You've got Auriel's bow, Auriel's shield. We've got over here. God knows what those take. And generally the ones that are, like these ones, that are empty. Oh, there you are. Fenasta's Cup and Harmonic Touchstone. But there'll be some displays that are empty that might not have a display there. But there'll be things that fill in when you complete, like, a particular quest line or something like that. Like this display case will obviously be maybe some Dwemer stuff, maybe for some Solstheim. Hello. And down here you can display all your various Dwemer crap that you collect. Dwemer exhibits and ethereal stuff from that stuff. Can't remember the bloody name of the quest now. What have we got through here? Read notice. Currently under construction. I.e., we wanted to, you know, get some areas in place just in case we want to update the mod with more areas, which I think is genius. Or other modders can obviously use that to their advantage as well. Okay. So let's go and head down. Let's head down first, just because I've actually done a little bit with this area in between episodes. It's quite literally just an armory. That's all it is to it. Just a massive room filled with mannequins where you can display your stuff. So this particular area of the armory is for all the base game armors. So this will be stuff that will automatically be sorted in as you, as you gather it. So there you go. You got the iron helmet there is now on display. You got iron. You've got steel. Our steel horned helmet, dwarven, ancient Nordic. And again, this is all stuff that will automatically go into place when we find it. Oh, you see, we got a full set of guard armor from Whiterun that we looted from the dragon yesterday. I remember that. Okay. So the East Wing was the one I'm pretty sure I started putting. This is kind of the freeform. You put whatever you want in here. Stuff that doesn't get automatically sorted. So, like, this stuff here, we got the Explorers Guild armor. The Ancient Akaviri stuff, genuinely surprised that stuff doesn't go on display. Or it might somewhere, I just, you know, maybe haven't put it in the right place. So I've done some kind of custom little displays here, and this is if we get some spare shit, we can just kind of throw it up here. You know, if we wanted to put on, I don't know, some mage robes, you know, say we enchant something and it's kind of cool, but we obviously don't want to throw it away. It's a good place to put that. Hopefully they fix the bugs where the mannequins, to peel back the curtain a little bit with the Skyrim modding, they are just, it's a West Wing, identical to the East Wing, obviously I haven't done anything with that yet. They are just NPCs that you open their inventory and give them stuff, and then they're scripted to stand still and not move, and obviously they have that texture to them that makes them look like wood. There used to be a bug in some of the early Skyrim house mods where the mannequins would wake up and start walking around, and that was very strange. And they would be like, yes, hello? It's top floor of the Hall of Heroes back in our starting lobby. This place is all, I think we've seen some of this before, haven't we? There's the Drakensang again. But yeah, this is all just our entrance areas where we can store the Elder Scrolls there behind lock and key. What else have we got here? The Hall of Natural Science. So this is the thing I was talking about where you can kind of taxidermy animals, store crops, things like that. Flora of Skyrim, the Gildergreen. So obviously we'll get that from a quest eventually. Oh, could you believe it? It's all fake. Who'd have guessed? Some very advanced illusion magic. Can't read that plaque yet. But that'd be like bears and shit appearing there when eventually we get those hides. We got here. Entomology exhibit. Butterfly in a jar. Oh, for the ARG. That tells you where... The on the, like, inside of the jar, on the bottom of the jar are some letters that tell you where the next one is, basically. You got wolf and elk there. Saber cat and bear. Yeah, here you go. Hawker and mud crab. That's quite nice. Frostbite spider and chorus. That one is not very nice. Oh, look at this. A little, so we got some netches there. A little diagram of Morrowind. Or I guess Solstheim here. Although this is Red Mountain, you'd assume, given it's a big fucking volcano. So I guess it is Morrowind. Some of those little ash guys. That is cool. Got some gemstone displays. Oh, right. So we've actually started filling this one. Got the garnet and the flawless garnet. Good God, they are worth a fortune. So the gemstones we actually found a lot of gemstones, didn't we? Wow, we got a lot of good displays in here going on already. Don't know where these stairs go. You'd assume up to the next floor, right? Don't really see this in Skyrim. It's normally a ladder up to a new area. Oh, wow, look at this. What's this one? Fossilized claw. Oh, fossils? Oh, cool. Duck-billed saurian. Very good. Crystallized beetle fossil. Wow. I never played it when all the fossil hunting was in, so that's kind of cool. Right, well, let's go and head out to the next part of the gallery then. Gonna have to upload this as a separate episode now, aren't I? I mean, it's fairly important, so I'm fairly happy doing that. What we've got up here? Dragonborn Hall. So this is going to be our main quests, our side quests, stuff that we personally achieve. And one of the biggest halls, obviously, because, you know, I'm important. Thank you. We got here Talisman of the Silver Tongue, the Arbiter's Helm. And these are generally kind of dioramas, for lack of a better word, that will fill in as we complete the game. So it's fairly empty right now, but as we go, it will, more and more will appear. What does this do? Oh, the Hall of Secrets. Oh, I remember what that's for. Yeah, this is quite a cool idea. But yeah, this is obviously very, very barren right now because we've only completed, well, one main story quest. The soul gems and weird shit. Some Dwemer-looking thing there. So these are all the shrines that we found. So we've only found the Shrine of Talos right now. Oh, I remember what it is. As you fill in skills, as you get skills to level 100, a new display is built. So when you get to 100 smithing, there'll be like an anvil and, you know, us hammering away. This is obviously for the Explorers Guild because we're the Grandmaster, so we've got that filled in there, which is quite fun. These are the standing stones we found, so the Warrior Stone, Thief Stone, and Mage Stone, and we can change our power whenever we want there. So it's not just aesthetics, but it is also convenience. Let's head down to the Hall of Secrets because this is kind of fun. Now, naturally, you probably wouldn't want it on display if you were the Grandmaster of the Thieves Guild or the Grandmaster of the Dark Brotherhood, for example. Or the Listener, I guess I should say. So down in the Hall of Secrets is where you can find your more secretive achievements. Cut our way through, have we? We'll punch our way through, I guess, in our situation. Here you go. Orion Morellis in the Chamber of Secrets. Very nice. Ask Orion about the hidden room. Oh, there's actually something you can do down here. There's actually a quest now. Oh, that's cool. It used to just be a case that this is where you would do all of your secretive achievements, but it turns out there's actually a quest. Oh, fun. Okay, well, obviously we won't do that now because I'll upload this as a separate, you know, kind of a separate middle episode again. All right. Well, that's spooky. It used to be very different. It used to quite literally just be, like I said, a display for your, you know, things that you maybe wouldn't want to publicize. Here's where I assassinated the Emperor of Cyrodiil. Probably doesn't do well on a display. So they've actually associated that with the quest. There used to be a lot of museum quests. I wonder if they've redone any of them. You have like this weird nightmare during one night, and it's very spooky. Door is locked up tight. Perhaps I should ask Orion what's behind it. Oh, there's something else there too. Lots of secrets. That's obviously back through to the library again. And I think that more or less sums up the tour of the actual main museum itself. And as you can see, it's quite large. So you're probably wondering why there's obviously all the wings on that side, but not this side. And that's because on the east side of things, on the outside of the building, is the Explorers Guild. So the Explorers Guild, you can do some unique stuff in as well. Well, I say some, quite a lot of... Wow, look at the fucking ice from Solitude. God damn, we can see far from here, eh? Looking out... Oh, we're looking out towards there. No, we're not definitely not looking out towards there. That's north. It's showing us facing the wrong way, but don't worry about it. Yeah, we're looking out towards those ice fields, because you can see there's the Dragonborn gallery facing northward through there. So yeah, that is the ice that we can see where, oh, Septimus Cygnus, I guess, is hanging out. So we're going to the Explorers Guild next. There's, like I said, a lot of minigames, a lot of other side mechanics. This is the more mechanically dense side of things. Oh, this is the safe house. Oh, I guess we can look around the safe house first. Fuck it. And then we'll look around the Explorers Guild Society. No, let's do the Explorers Guild Society first. Sorry for confusing things. It's just that the safe house is, you know, our safe house, so it's not quite as, again, dense mechanically as the Explorers Guild. While I've still got your attention, I'll show you around here first. That's Orion's house, by the way, this building here. Right, here we are. The Explorers Guild.
Good day.
So in here is a bunch of people who work for the Explorers Guild. Like Paterno Morassi. You know Paterno Morassi. There's this person here who runs the kind of shop, the supplies.
Good day, Guildmaster.
Ariana.
Have a good one.
So we can sell and buy things from her if we want to. There's this guy. Kyrie Oldenson, I assume that's pronounced. Patero Morassi and Latoria, a Khajiit.
How can this one help?
She gave us a ring. I came in here earlier because I was going to start doing a proper episode, and I thought, you know, we'll do a tour today. As a kind of short tour at the start, and now it's ended up being the whole bloody episode anyway. But she gave me a ring because we are the, you know, we're the Grand Master and whatever else. It's a skooma there. Should I be concerned? This is obviously where they all sleep. So you see there's things associated with them. So Latoria being a Khajiit. This is supposed to be her bed because there's, you know, skooma and shit like that. Oh, she's just sitting down. That's fine. There's that guy that we met earlier, obsessed with the Dwemer. So he's got this kind of Dwemery area. They've all got kind of distinct personalities. They're very well done. I don't know how much we'll see them during our playthrough. I'm sure we'll get time. This is where you can store some of your Explorers Guild specific stuff. There's a map of Nern. They don't seem to have Akavir on there. Oh, wait, that's supposed to be Akavir. This one facing us, I guess. Because look on this side, you can see Yakuda. And there's that right there. It's very hard to tell. Right there is Vardenfell. So this, I guess, is supposed to be Akavir on this side. Wow. And this is our Explorers Guild. So the reason I say, well, this is more mechanically dense is because obviously you can send your followers out. You can bring them on as companions and shit. More importantly, this is where you can spend your archaeology perk. So we actually got one during the first episode. Now, again, I invested this point when I kind of did 8 minutes of recording. I was like, oh, I might as well turn this into a full tour. There's 3 different trees. There's the excavation perk tree, which allows you to take perks that will give you bonuses when you do the excavations. You know, when you're chipping away in the ruins, as we did at the end of Bleak Falls Barrow. There's the expedition perk tree to allow you to kind of gear up better. So the perk I've taken from this gives us 50 more carry capacity. The next one will also, I assume, give more, given it's packet in rank 2, rank 3, and then scrapper. I wonder what that does. Breakdown gear? That'd be kind of fun. Break down armor into like leather and bars and shit. Then we've got the academia perk tree. Don't remember what these do. Am I allowed to see it? Yeah, so we've got Benefactor, Nordic Speciality, Falmer Speciality, and Dwemer. I remember that one gives you better prices at merchants. These, I assume... I think they give you better damage against, like, Dwemer, Falmer, and Nords, or Draugr, I guess, might be specifically that. And then you can reset your perk points as well. What's the cost? There's no cost for doing this. Okay, so there you go. We can do that whenever we want. Yeah, it's like a really cool, fun little area. I wonder what she sells.
Hello.
What have you got for sale?
I've got everything you could possibly need for your next expedition.
What, like torches and supplies and shit? Oh, there you go. Big leather backpack. We could do with one of those. I might buy one of those because we obviously don't have one. Explorer's Guild armor, museum armor, refined iron. Oh, that's kind of fun. Can I buy a backpack, please, madam? Species increased to 16 because we got fucking ripped off. Brilliant. Oh, she sells fragments too. If we're like desperate to try and craft some particular things, goat hide, Hawkatus, that type of thing. That's kind of fun. Painting there. So the paintings we can display throughout the gallery.
Are you sure you have everything?
I am sure. Thank you. So we can display paintings around the gallery. I believe in our safe house as well. Just to spruce it up a bit, really. Right, let's go and have a look upstairs. In our safe house is the final thing here, because we're probably going to spend a fair amount of time in the safe house. So I figured that probably didn't need as much of a tour, because we're going to come back here quite a lot just to, you know, store our stuff, that type of thing. The quickest way up there, from what I remember. There was that staircase we saw earlier back through, like, kind of kitchen area, but we can go through here. Safe house looks very different to how it used to. It's got all the same facilities. Now that the safe house has got generally everything you will need as a person living in Skyrim. It's a little overpowered to start off with, but we did take... I specifically chose the start where we would be the guild master. That's added by alternate start just because I thought it fit the playthrough pretty well. So you won't start with everything you get here, but because we're guild master, we get this stuff anyway. So this is what I was talking about in the Bleak Falls Barrow episode we did yesterday, or maybe the day before. There's a sell pile in the safe house where you can just dump everything you don't want, and they'll sell it, but for way lower than it would be if you went to a merchant, because of course you haven't got to worry about gold or anything here. So you get less money, but you don't have to worry about the hassle of finding people. So if you do want gold, it is much, much better to go and actually track down merchants to sell it to, and obviously use speechcraft and haggling and mercantile and shit like that. This is where we can install all of our weapons, armor, shields. Obviously these are just display stands that don't actually have, you know, like a Dragonborn axe. It's purely a plastic replica. I assume they probably wouldn't have plastic in the Elder Scrolls world. Purely a wooden replica. And this is our safe house. Storage for everything. Liquor, books. Book return is if you want to take some books out for, say, quests or whatever, then you can drop them back and then they'll go back into the museum. Lovely little fireplace. Now, through there, you know, we'll do that last because that's the most important room, I would argue, in the safe house. Most of it is just decoration, ultimately. Got this room here, like a nice little dining room. And then through here, we've got a lovely little kitchen. Another door out to Solitude there as well. Obviously, you can do cooking and shit here like you can in the Hearthfire DLC. We've got a little Dwemer water fountain. You have a refreshing drink and wash up. Oh, isn't that lovely? And then we've got a storage closet and a freezer. Kept through some powerful destruction magic, I assume. That's a good reason. I actually brought this up, didn't I, in yesterday's episode where I was like, why don't they ever have practical magic for practical things like shampoo and shit? Turns out it was right there all along. That takes back to the Hall of Heroes too, so there is a way up through here, through the Hall of Heroes, and through the library as well. So it's all very convenient, very connected. The master bedroom, which is where we can store some shit. We've got a fake card collection where we can store some of those. And in fact, that probably wouldn't be a bad idea, simply because we haven't got enough to do anything with. There's no reason to store them. We could carry them. Obviously, they don't weigh anything. So we'll go ahead and drop that in there for the time being. Through here, I believe, is a lovely bathroom. Again, functionally useless as far as I know, but we can turn on and have a bath. I keep pressing the wrong fucking button for crouch skip rebound it. Brilliant. He's so unamused. Like, Martinius, he's an old curmudgeon. He's got a lot to do in his life and not very much time left to do it. Well, he is part elf. He could live for another 100 years. I don't know. So this allows us to set up particular outfits. So say, for example, you know how, like, in Oblivion, we just had a cupboard filled with Thieves outfit, Magic outfit, Warrior outfit. You can actually set these up by default, and then we can just withdraw them straight onto ourselves quick as you like and basically be done with it. Which is quite fun. And there's obviously all this storage. Now, there's a reason I'm not interacting with any of it. You'll see that in a minute. The rest of the house, as far as I recall, yeah, it's all empty rooms for expansion. You can buy companion bedrooms. You can buy all sorts of extra stuff should you need it. Storage, that type of thing. But yeah, but for right now, it's all just empty rooms besides the master bedroom and this ground floor here. So this room through here is arguably the most important room in the safe house. It lets you basically do everything. That's why I said it's quite overpowered if you're starting the game with it. So essentially what we've got here is all sorting areas. So ingots and ore, poisons, raw food, soul gems, scrolls, cooked food, etc, etc. This is where you can store everything. This one is obviously your leathers. Then you can use a tanning rack. You've got a workbench here and a full-on forge too, which is quite nice. Is that rain? You hear that? It's either rain or the forge. Not entirely sure. So that's where you can get your ingots out and you can craft armor and you can temper your weapons and use it as it would be, you know, just as a regular blacksmith's forge out there in Skyrim. Over towards this area, we've got all of our magic stuff. So we've got an enchanting table, enchant equipment, disenchanting, which is quite useful, very powerful, and then a soul extractor. I don't entirely know what that does. I assume it allows you to refresh soul gems. If you accidentally soulbound, like, you know, like a lesser soul in the grand soul gem, you can pull it back out. You've got soul gem transmogrifier. I wonder what that does. Oh, look. Oh, so it allows you to upgrade soul gems. So for 2 common soul gems, we can make a greater soul gem. That's actually quite cool. That's very useful. We've got an alchemy area for all of our ingredients and shit. For a let's play, this is actually kind of perfect because it saves us so much time and convenience. Save fanning around going to houses constantly and shit like that. A bit unnecessarily. Turn the forge on, I guess. What does that let us do? Oh, it's a smelter. Oh, cool. Okay, that's quite nice. It's very loud in here, isn't it? I think it's the rain outside. Then we've got a staff enchanting. Now, this is added by the Soulstime DLC. You have to do a quest normally to get to it, but obviously we start with it because we are the Explorer's Guildmaster. A wood chopping block, a clutter chest, replica workbench in here as well, and an archaeology workbench in here as well. The reason why this room is so useful is... So I've already tried to sort all of our stuff into the gallery, right? So what we can do now is we can just whack it all in here, and it will automatically all be sorted into relevant areas. So notes, quests, clutter, ingredients. So I'm going to be using this quite a lot just to dump all our stuff. And probably what we'll do is we'll go into the museum, dump it all in there first, take all the stuff that isn't sorted, then just dump it in here. And then that'll sort it into the relevant areas. So potions will go in the potion rack and shit like that. It's actually super, super, super handy. Hello. So we can put all of our crafted gear on spooky fucking mannequins that may or may not come to life at some stage. Sorting done. All right. That's all the stuff that it apparently couldn't sort. Now, to say that we dumped a shitload of stuff in there, and this is all it couldn't sort, I think this is all stuff. Alvaro's tools, Dino's bottomless backpack, Mulmanir's tooth, and Schneider's sextant, I believe, all go in the actual museum proper. So there might be some safety check in there as well, just to stop you accidentally sorting items that you can... Oh, no. He's covering his dicker again. Just to stop you sorting items that you can normally store. So we can keep Dino's bottomless backpack, but it is supposed to go in the gallery. Or we can use this big leather backpack. Increase carry weight by 200. I honestly think that's a little OP. Just from my own perspective. No, he says in the middle of this super powerful, very convenient room. But again, with a Let's Play, the last thing you want to be doing in Skyrim is watching me, you know, fanning around crafting things for hours and hours on end, I assure you. I would just edit it out anyway. So, it's really just saving me time, if nothing else. So there we are. There is our safe house. Again, very, very, very useful. We've gotten our light armor then. We should really try and get some good gear to start off with. We don't really have much going on for us right now, do we? We'll stick to the heavy armor, I guess, just because we haven't got much else. Let's get that equipped. And then we'll, you know, we'll stick with the big leather backpack. We'll put the rest of this stuff in the museum to put back on display. Might as well make the museum as nice as possible early on, hey? Where's our two-handed swords? I'll take the, oh, wait, our two-handed sword I put on display. Where did our Akavori katana go? Is it in here? Oh, yeah, there it is. Got it. My favorited katana. So I'll get us re-equipped, and then we'll head back out there. I'll do an actual proper episode now, and not just 30 minutes of going through. Oh, look at this. Oh, shit. Card of Fortune, Card of Demons. There's already some stuff here. Oh, that's quite nice. We'll have to put that in storage too at some stage. King Edward, Volume 4. Oh, by an anonymous scribe. Oh. That's a weird book to have there. So yeah, let's get re-equipped and then let's actually get out into the world, I guess, and go and see the Greybeard. So I'll finish sorting the last of the stuff out in the gallery here, and then we'll get back out there into the world.